Hey guys, so it's that time of the year again, and it's time for the CSGO major. It's about like 10 days or something. So I pretty much haven't uploaded since literally the last major, and that's because I've pretty much just been grinding out League of Legends. I haven't really been playing too much CSGO lately. I'm currently challenger again in League of Legends, but it's not that great because I'm pretty bad to compare to what I used to be. But for the major, I actually think this is going to be one of the closest majors ever, and I actually think like it's gonna be really hard this time to get gold just because of like how much closer the teams are compared to like the old majors. Like the old majors used to always be like couple stomps, like it was like a clear 90-10. Almost none of these matches are 90-10 completely, but there used to be matches like Fnatic versus Splice and Fnatic versus Vexed and stuff like that. But this time around, there's really no like clear stomps. So first, we're just gonna be doing the pick'ems for the easier matches. So I'm just going to be going over Shadows here. And even though they have Glaive and he never used him, I still think Shadows is the #1 Denmark team. They're better than Dignitas, but it's going to be a little bit closer because they're going to have a sub and they're not going to be able to use a Carve, or how you say it? I mean, I can't say anybody's names. Alright, so this one's a little closer. I'll go over that later. So Navi versus Flipside. I actually think this might be the like farthest in terms of odds. But there still is a chance that Flipside beats Navi. I'm pretty sure Flipside took a map off Navi in the E-League thing, so it's not going to be a complete stomp. Nip versus Optic. Nip is the better team, but I wouldn't be surprised if Optic beat Nip because just like... Actually, Nip played LG and G2 in that tournament, or SK, so that doesn't really count. Alright, so TL versus Envious. Envious is the better team, I think, but I wouldn't be surprised if Liquid won. Liquid's also we have, I think they have JDM and Simple, so this might be like the best form of Liquid that they'll ever have. So I wouldn't be surprised if Liquid won, but I still think Envious is the better team. VP versus Melsports. So you guys haven't really seen Virtus Pro played for like over 20 days, I'm pretty sure. And Melsports played at E-League, and they had a pretty poor performance against Flipside. They lost 2-0 pretty much. And Virtus Pro matches, I really hate predicting Virtus Pro matches. Like they're usually like the worst, but I think they're just a little bit better than Melsports, so I'm be going with Virtus Pro here. SK versus G2. Okay, so the last tournament, ECS, G2 just like stomped SK pretty much, or LG. But I still think SK is a little bit better than G2, so I'm be going with SK/LG. And for Fnatic versus FaZe, Fnatic a little bit better than, I mean, decent amount better than FaZe, but I wouldn't be surprised if FaZe beat them. But these are going to be my picks. So for CLG versus Gambit, I was thinking about going on CLG. Like for the MLG one, I went on, where is it? I went on CLG beat Gambit, but I'm actually going to change my pick this time around. And I'll be going with Gambit. And that's mainly just because they don't have JDM anymore and they have Kusta instead. I still think CLG is decent, but I might actually end up switching to CLG again. But for right now, I'm going with Gambit Gaming. Even though they don't have Wayland anymore, I still think they're a little bit better than like the current form of CLG. And for the fantasy team, alright. So we're kind of just cheesing this one. We picked like 4 of the top, like what, 8 best players in the world. Like all of Meister, Cold Zero, Nico, and Guardian are like, everyone regards them as pretty much some of the best players in the world. The Pre's also up there. He's like probably top 20 in the world. So all of Meister for Commando because they're playing against FaZe, not being a complete stomp. So hopefully all of Meister gets a decent amount of frags. Clutch King, we have Cold Zero. So SK, he actually has a chance of being the last person live against G2. And so we got Cold Zero. He's also like, I think he's a top Clutch King. No, he's number 3rd. But we have Nico for Eco Warrior, who's playing against the VP. So he's on Eco a lot of time. So hopefully he gets a lot of pistol kills. Like last major, I think he had the most pistol kills. Yeah. So Melsports was on Ecos a lot. And he almost always gets a lot of pistol kills. Entry Fragger, we have the Pre. They're playing against Dignitas, so hopefully they play a decent amount of rounds and he has a decent amount of kills. And finally, for Sniper, we have Guardian, who I think is probably the safest pick, even though he had half the amount of like fallen frags. If JDM was on CLG, I actually would pick JDM instead, but I'm going with Guardian here, and that's going to be my pick for this major, and good luck, guys.